Not drill sergeant, sir. Not sir, drill sergeant. Not even sir. Do you understand me? Yes, drill sergeant!
Alright guys and girls, welcome to today's video. So a fellow YouTuber, a friend of mine, his channel's called Names Nico. He did a recent video. He's the same as me. We're both ex-British Army, and he did a video recently on British Army training, or British soldiers react to US Marine Corps basic training boot camp type video. And I just want to sort of weigh in because I think it's a good topic for people like us who have been there. We've done it with the British Army, and we can share our stories of how it differs from force to force and nation to nation. So I'm going to kick this video off with US Army basic training versus British Army basic training. And the video is going to show only the US Army training, and this is my opinion on and my differences that I went through. So don't take this as gospel. This is what happened to me and what happens to, I guess, them when this was filmed. So if you want to get a regular dose of my channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'd appreciate a like. Thank you very much.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to go through basic training today? So many improvements have been made recently to enhance the process of turning civilians into soldiers. That's why we are launching our exclusive series, The Making of a Soldier, to show you modern-day warrior making. Kenya Mills takes us to Sand Hill.
Alright, so that before this video continues, this video was actually put up 6 years ago. So any US guys that are gonna fucking chat shit on this video about me getting things wrong, this is an older video, and if there are many new differences, hit me up below. I'm sure that there will be quite a few differences. I served for 7 years and I came out this year. So when this video came out, I was already in the British Army for a year, and I guess at the time that I went through, this would have been the standard that was displayed. So I can only relate to what I was going through at the similar time that this would have been filmed.
Day one and the immersion into a whole new world.
Let's go, guys. Get your freaking bag and let's freaking move.
Fucking hell, he's straight off the back. So when I got to basic training, I was actually dropped off by my mum and dad and my little sister. They took me right down south, the south of the UK, and we stayed the night in a hotel the night before, and then we went to the, I guess, allotted time at the camp that the basic training was being held at. They were all quite nice, the instructors and stuff at first. Obviously parents are around, they want to be, you know, your young adults that you're dropping off are going to get looked after by nice people, so I guess it's a bit of an image thing. I forgot to mention as well, I actually joined the army when I was 16, so I think the treatment will be a little bit different, I guess, being under 18 compared to adult training, but we were dropped off and then separated once we had done our registration sort of details.
All day. You have a cell phone, iPod, put them away now. Tuck in your shirt, inside of your pants.
Yeah, so I went in a smart dressed suit, and I was quickly changed into these coveralls, where we were then carted off to go get our hair cut straight away. I believe that the haircuts are done so that it stops like spreading of any sort of lice and stuff. You know, you share accommodation with, or we shared with 8 other guys in a room, and that's your section, that's who you belong to. So often whatever else people might have in their hair will spread like wildfire. So
you would throw all your food items away. You would get rid of all items that's prohibited while you're in training. You refer to me as drill sergeant. Not drill sergeant, sir. Not sir, drill sergeant. Not even sir. Do you understand me? Yes, drill sergeant!
And that
fucking hell, straight off the back there on it. So yeah, the first time I met my drill sergeant in the British Army, it's just a sergeant. She was called Sergeant Brady. She was a big, tall Scottish woman, very broad-shouldered. I walked up, I was filling out my documents, and I asked a simple question like blah 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 blah. Is this correct? And she was like, "That's fucking sergeant to you." And then basically she corrected me for writing a 0 wrong on my regimental number, and basically said it should be a circle with a line through it. And that was my first encounter with her. very, very firm off the back, but not like this.
That's how the adventure begins. These men enlisted in the U.S. Army, and today they arrive at Fort Benning, Georgia.
Let's go.
This is not basic training yet. It's the 30th AG Reception Battalion.
Put the stuff in the bag and then go.
Yeah, so that's like what we had at the moment. We had given these like coveralls straight away. They're laid on the floor. You went and you put a relevant size on. You put all your nice smart clothes away in your bag. Your bags were then taken by somebody else to where you'd be staying, and then you'd be lined up and you'd be picking up like 4 pairs of socks, 5 pairs of trousers, 5 pairs of shirts, and it was very much like a go, like rush you through sort of situation. We're in a big like sort of sports hall. You had guys running about, does this fit you, does that fit you, no, yes, whatever, write down a sheet, off you go. Filling out some forms whilst you're waiting for your turn.
Like going to a very busy airport for the first time because you're trying to find where you're supposed to be going.
So yeah, already with this bit, their accommodation looks a lot nicer than ours. The barracks we were staying in were predated World War II. I think that they were made, World War I sort of time. Bit old, needed a refurb. I'm going to be picky about it. You can tell the difference in the US defence budget is a lot more than what we have in the UK.
You're standing in line, you're confused, you don't know what's where.
Did you get a lunch bag?
It's here at reception where the process of turning civilians into soldiers begins, with a series of instructions for every given task.
Put everything inside that duffel bag.
More Army, please.
From taking an official photo.
Right, so when we had our photos, I think maybe night 2, night 3, and we had been getting lectures and briefs about the basics of like the rank structure, the correct compliments to pay to officers, and sort of your basic soldiering ideologies, and the things that you basically need to know to walk around an army camp and kind of look like you belong there. So we had these briefs all day, and it got to maybe 11, 12 o'clock at night. We were then given a quick sort of it was about 11 o'clock at night. We were told to go up to one of these classrooms, and they had a little shitty 2 megapixel square Sony camera ready to go. Your photo was then taken and stamped on your Army ID.
1, 2, and 3. PC off, please.
You didn't actually get your Army ID until it was, I think, maybe 6 weeks, no, 28 days. You have a period of time where you can opt to back out. I think it's called a notice of early termination, if I'm right. Please, if you're any British Army guys, post below if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But until you get to there, you don't get given your Army ID because you're not leaving, you're just doing your bit. And that's your only opportunity, your 28 days to back out.
Do not know what they're supposed to be doing because there's so many things going on at one time, you get confused really easy.
It happens in a rapid motion until it's time to eat.
Yeah, so I probably agree with that. Everything's going on so quick, don't know your arse from your elbow. You're getting told go here, go there. You've literally got micromanagement up your arse of what you need to be doing, where and when. You're moving to this person who's going to tell you a spiel about the legal side of the army and whether you die and your pension scheme. You then move over to this person who's going to give you the lowdown of where everything is on camp. Another person that'll give you fire safety and so on. And once you've got your clothes and your basics, that's you ready to go back to the block where you'll be staying.
It seems like the line never moves.
All right, move up.
For some, waiting in endless lines is a lesson in patience.
I was expecting to get in, get all my stuff, and go straight to bed.
Yes, that's one thing we were taught straight away. If you ever stood still, you have your hands nice and neat behind your back, just above your buttocks.
Basic and start working. I came here, I said, I wait, and I'm waiting still.
Yes, that's the term you'll hear quite often in the armed forces if you're thinking of joining, is hurry up and wait, because often enough they want you there half an hour to an hour before everybody else.
Here they also make a stop at the barber shop.
Not too different. This is usually how I do my hair.
So one thing that fucked me off about joining the army is that you spend a lot of your time in the barber's chair because they want everyone to be uniformed, and that includes your personalities and your dress sense and the way you present yourself. So they would shave everybody's head not just for hygiene, but just so everyone was the same, so everyone was equal. So a lot in the armed forces you hear about equality and diversity. It used to be rife with bullies and racists and everything else, and sexists, homophobics. So if everybody's on the same level with trimmed short back hair, everyone's wearing the same uniform, part of the same team, there is no prejudice, no stereotypes, nothing. You just all are one unit.
Yeah, I was just too cheap to get a haircut before
And it really fucked me off that these guys are probably getting it for free, but when I went through basic training I had to pay £5 whole fucking pound to get my hair cut every fucking time. I'm not gonna get that money back, am I?
save some money on shampoo.
Before I looked hot, I actually had I had hair. I had hair. I looked good, and now all of a sudden.
This guy's gonna get bullied in training. Look at them all fucking laughing at him. This guy on this side fucking creasing.
I have no hair and glasses, so it's definitely a change.
1, 2, about the same.
Speaking of glasses, it's at reception where recruits get a prescription for BCGs, which
Right, so before I went to basic training, I attended a 2-day selection where I had my eyes tested and stuff. And they take your measurements if you wear glasses, and they would already provide you with these glasses when you get to basic training. Sometimes it took a little while to get to you. You would get like special lenses that would go inside your respirator, so inside your gas mask you'd have a certain pair, and like this guy's wearing pretty much the same as what the guys who wore glasses had to wear as well in the British Army.
stands for
The troops call them birth control glasses.
Not have to worry.
there's also a series of medical screenings.
All right, perfect like that.
And for those who arrive with the fear of needles, in this line, they'll find a cure.
Most of this stuff was already done before we got there. For me personally, I did mine on my selection, and I was sort of pre-approved by our doctor. When doing the selection process, I did have to see a doctor to get a follow-up sort of check over to make sure everything was all right for me to start training. Dental, I don't think we had to check too much about dentists, but as you Americans like to say, we've all got shit teeth in the UK.
There's even a formation and procedure for buying hygiene products and other supplies.
So we had to come pre-prepared with razors, shaving kit, wash gel, whatever else before we got there. And I must have had like 4 multi-packs of these disposable razors. Yeah, we didn't have like a family trip to the fucking shop.
Yes, sir. You need to get toothpaste, dental floss, toothbrush, shampoo.
That was actually kind of strange because we had to all stand in line, and then we had to be ordered what we were allowed to buy and what we were allowed not to buy.
Everybody turn around.
Yeah, I feel babied. Like I can't do anything.
Yeah, get used to that. I think it's the same in the British Army. No matter what, you're going to get micromanaged to the fucking to death.
They can all agree they have each other to get through it all.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's quite right. At the start of basic training, you don't really have much of an option but to all fucking bond and work together. I think later on you start to have your differences, especially when the sort of alphas of the group start to come out and you see who the leaders are and who are the sheep who want to just follow and do as everybody else is doing. But yeah, you're very close to one another throughout training. You're all taken from your home comforts and put into this situation, so you're all in the same boat.
A lot of instruction, but you know, if you have, that's where you have your battle buddy and your people and your friends, because if you didn't get an instruction, they'll tell you.
Yeah, it's true. In the UK we have the buddy system, which is pretty much what he's saying, the battle buddy system. Buddy is where you scratch my back, I scratch your back. If there's something wrong with me, there's something wrong with you. So I check you and you check me. Right, so that's it for part 1. This is the first impressions of the British Army versus American Army, your sort of reception, my experience of what I went through compared to what these guys are going through. And at the time this was filmed, I would have already been through basic training in the British Army, so this is the difference. So this is the difference between my experience and theirs. And if you want a second part to this, let me know. I'll get another comparison or part 2 of the basic training. And if you like this channel, hit the subscribe button, like this video and share it amongst your friends. I'm sure it's going to get a bit of a backlash.
Fuck it right in the pussy. Fuck it right in the pussy. Fuck it right in the pussy.